So I'm Keri and I'm passionate about improving the experience of others diagnosed with cancer. I do this through my work with the Royal Marsden Partners and also the Chronic Conditions and Disability in Defence Network. During my command tour at Royal Air Force Coningsby, I was diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. I was only 40 years old. I required extensive treatment. This included radical surgery, chemotherapy, biological therapy, radiotherapy, and after all of that, to this day I still have hormone therapy to prevent recurrence. Key to me having a successful outcome was early diagnosis, and that's really what I'd like to discuss today. My diagnosis was early stage because I was listened to. When I incorrectly booked in with the nurse at the medical centre, she did not make me leave and rebook another appointment. She recognised my concern and she ensured I saw a medical officer right away. She appreciated that it had taken all of my courage to go there, and actually if she'd asked me to leave, I would not have gone back. The medical officer listened to me as well. He listened to my mum's cancer diagnosis, he listened to my concerns, and even though the only symptom I had was extreme tiredness and one that did not get better with rest, he referred me to a specialist because of my family history. Knowing your family history is really important for early diagnosis. Although my mum had been diagnosed with cancer just months before, digging into our family history for genetic testing purposes revealed something really surprising. And that was that all females in her paternal line had had breast cancer, and that wasn't something that my mum or I knew before my diagnosis. My consultant also identified that dense breasts were another risk factor for me. This meant that mammograms would probably not work, and this is how most people tend to find out their breast cancer. As belt and braces, he requested an ultrasound scan. This found 4 tumours. And the same day after I'd had the biopsies, I also had a cancer diagnosis. I went in because I was feeling tired and I came out knowing I had cancer. At the time that was very difficult, but with hindsight and time I realised that being persistent and not brushing it off probably saved my life. My advice to anyone with concerns is just to trust your gut instinct. If it does not feel right, it probably isn't. Take time to scan your body, do not dismiss concerns. Get them checked out. Fatigue is too easy to dismiss by saying it's because I'm working long hours in a busy job, going through separation or worried about my mum, my nan, my dad. And finally, do not ever let anyone tell you that you are too young for cancer.